Sagittarius. Hello, Saggy Sag. It's the Scorpio Stellium here. We're going to take a look at your predictions for the week of September 27th. We're going to take a look at love. We're going to take a look at whatever else is pertinent in your life. And let's see what I got for you. Fill in one more. All right. What it is, y'all. Okay. Good. Good. Okay, we're shifting out of some stagnating energy here with the reversed hangman. What I feel like was the energy brought in from last week, kind of seeping over into the beginning of this week, is the reverse moon, the reverse 3 of cups and the 9 of cups. So what I want to say about this is like fighting your fear about something. It seems to me like you are dealing with some Pisces, Capricorn, maybe Aries energy here, but definitely you are coming to a place that you're not going to let your fear control you anymore. You're also probably, there's some friendships I'm seeing some issues with, that you might have felt like somebody was talking behind your back or was not being a true friend. And that was where the fear came in. Like maybe they're not really for me. Maybe they're not really on my side. But the 9 of cups here is at the end of that row. So I'm feeling that with this card, you guys have figured out a way to work it out. There's some type of like, it's not necessarily a reconciliation. It's like a letting go of it. Everything is peaceful and good again. There may even be a social event or a party or something. You all go together and you feel like, okay, I just took this the wrong way, or they took it the wrong way, and I'm not going to let this this be an issue. I'm not going to let this be a thing. This can also be with family members. I do feel like it is with other women. So the situation with a little bit of disconnect there, I'm feeling is, friends, sisters, aunts, mothers. It's not a romantic kind of thing. Moving into the feeling of the week really is you're not being held down anymore. You're not being held back. The Page of Wands, this is a great one to get for Sag, because this is like you going on some new adventure, you initiating a process, you tapping into your creative energy. So I think that this is no longer, reverse devil is at the end of this spread here. I'm like, this is not you being tied back, tied down. It's lifting up energy. And I want to clarify, I do have the 6 of Pentacles here. The 6 of Pentacles is, I think that somebody is taking care of someone else, being kind, being compassionate, being generous. Sag is a very generous sign. It's ruled by Jupiter, so it's very generous and magnanimous and just easy to get along with. I think they're easy to get along with. Maybe some people disagree with me, but I think Sag, I think y'all are easy to get along with. But this feels like being kind. Really, I want to see what that's about a little bit more. Okay, reverse 3 of Swords. I think that this is where you have chosen to forgive someone for a slight, for it may even be like I say, it's a slight, a little thing that gives a connotation that it's a little thing. It can be a big thing. It can be a full-on like broke your heart and left you stranded, or it can just be like they were not very nice. They did something to you that they should not have done. It can even be this situation that we were dealing with last week, but it does feel like forgiveness and moving on and not being controlled by that anymore. We're going to move it down into how the week closes out. I really, really love this because I have the 4 of Wands, which is telling me there's a reconciliation, the reverse 9 of Swords, and the Ace of Cups, y'all. So check this out. This is why we're not stagnating anymore. It's because you, Sag, you've decided to let it go. It's not worth it. It's not worth dwelling on, and you know that. I'm feeling that this is a reconciliation of some type. I feel like there is saying the right thing. I had to sit here and think about, how do I say this? You know, but saying the right thing, not putting your foot in your mouth. Somebody else may not be putting their foot in their mouth. We're being more conscious of what words we speak into other people, what they're saying to you or what you're saying to them. It could be either one. I do want to clarify this Ace of Cups, because that is like revitalized or brand new love, but it's an overflowing of love and emotions, positive feelings. It can often be somebody new coming in. It can be reconnecting with someone, because I do have the Four of Wands. So this can be something, I don't know. It's just so many positive feelings there with the Ace of Cups. So I do want to look at that a little bit more. Okay. Reverse Emperor. You know what? I feel like this is stepping into something new, as far as not doing the things the way they've been done in the past. You know, they say if you always think like you've always thought, you'll always get what you've always got. And I feel like this is not there anymore. We're moving into something better. We're not following the strict structure of how it was established before, the way things went down before. We're able to open our heart up this week and bring something totally different into the mix. I do see that this reverse Knight of Swords here, this feels to me like an energy of a person. It feels to me like somebody who is trying to make better decisions. This can be you, Sag, or this can be somebody else. They're trying to make better decisions so that the reconnection is there, so that the celebration and the happiness and the joy that everybody wants so much is here. And it's all because of thinking things through before they come out of the mouth, right? Let's take a look at love specifically for you this week. I read with other decks, but I always come back to this deck. This is just a plain old, not fancy, radiant Rider-Waite deck. The one that so many people are familiar with. And I love this deck so much. It just works for me. So I tell people, like, when they're like, what tarot card deck should I get? I say, you get the one that speaks to you. And there's decks I thought would speak to me, and they don't. They don't speak to me like this one does. Okay, so for you Sagittarius that are in a relationship, okay, it seems like with the Chariot, the Ten of Swords, and the reversed Hermit, despite the fact that I do have the Ten of Swords in here, this can be a full-on betrayal, backstabbing kind of situation, or it can just be like worn out and tired, okay? I do have the Chariot and then having the reversed Hermit next to it. This tells me that we're moving forward despite it. We're not letting that hold us back in our love relationship, in our partnership, in our marriage, in our whatever kind of commitment you have with your person. Again, I'm going to look at single Sagittarius in just a second, but for the one who's with somebody, this is the ability to move past hurts, because you don't want to be alone and you realize that you have to pick your battles. So that might be how this week goes, where you're like, I'm going to have to let it go. It's just not worth me like holding on to this. Okay? Whatever the pain was, or whatever the wounding was, whether it was you that were the giver or the receiver, either way, it looks like we're just gonna keep going. We're not gonna stop there. Okay, so for you Sagittarius that are single, love this week. Okay. Judgment. 5 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. Okay, this is revitalizing something from the past. I think that there is something in the past that is like wanting to come back up this week, but there's still some issues. It's not really with the 5 of Wands here. It could be actually like bickering and arguing. It can also, I feel like, just not able to figure out how to rebuild. It's like everybody wants to. There's this feeling, I say everybody, not everybody necessarily, but people, one person at least, wants to rebuild something, wants to like wake up what was put to sleep, put to bed, and done and over. They want to fix it, but they're just like, how do we do it? How do we start over from this point? But then the Knight of Wands is like, I'll tell you how we start over. One step at a time. It's not that difficult. It is one foot in front of the other, and that's what moves you forward. So if you want to pursue this, I feel like it's going to go slowly. This is the, not a rushing kind of thing. It's just slow. But I do feel like it's coming about this week that something's going to come back into your life. It's going to feel good. Judgment, the Judgment card is like, waking up again, and it feels good. We did see the Ace of Cups at the end of your reading. Y'all remember that? That applies to if you're single or if you're in a relationship. But it's definitely new love when you are single. If I see the Ace of Cups, that's what that is. Having Judgment really confirms that. Okay. All right, let's look at your card from, what did I call it in the last? The divine, the greater divine. I don't know. I had some really good name for it. The universe, the higher power, the higher divine, maybe. I'll have to remember. Anyway, your general message here. Be bold and make the first move. Interesting. Be bold and make the first move. I'm going to let you meditate on that one. I'm not even going to say too much about it, okay? All right. I will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.